moment of grieving or trauma or pain, our body responds to it very similarly in the same way that it does to healing a wound. So our body considers that pain and that trauma a wound, or like, a boo-boo. For those that don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten. I am a lifestyle infertility specialist, and I help women who feel disconnected from their bodies heal by owning infertility sucks, you do not. So I want to talk to you today about love and where the love is for your damn self in your journey. Kind of like the Black Eyed Peas, like, where is the love, the love, the love? So I am a believer that once you suffer a trauma or pain, that hurt actually never leaves you. I believe that it can be healed, and I believe that it can get better, but I believe that it will actually stay with you. And I believe that I will never actually ever get over my infertility. I am not one of those people that believes, one day I'll look back at it and I'll be happy that it happened to me and I'll think joyously on all the things that it taught me. No, I believe that it can teach me, but I am not the person that's going to tell you that someday you're going to get to a place and you're going to be happy that you had infertility. That's not my jam. I'm sorry. I believe that you can heal it and that it can get better. And every day I do work at healing myself and my feelings about infertility. Every day I focus more on the good I have in my life. I focus on, or at least I try to focus on the good I have in my life. I try to focus on the love I have in my life. And in doing that, little by little, I heal my infertility wound. And one of the things that I do to mentally and emotionally check myself and make sure that I'm working on me and healing me is I engage in what I like to call growth behaviors. So I do yoga, I do acupuncture, I engage in emotional healing workshops, I read personal development books, I do all these things to grow my mind, my body, and my soul, and my heart, and to prevent it from staying focused on negativity and self-blame for my infertility. So something that I learned, one of my growth behaviors very recently was I was doing a emotional healing workshop. And I love it, absolutely love it. It's by Artie Wu, it's fantastic. And something I learned recently is that there are two types of wounds. One is an emotional wound and the other is a physical wound. And so when I learned this, it was like it just made my brain explode because I was always aware that infertility was very physical, right? It's growing in my body, it's in my body, it's not allowing me to become pregnant, it's affecting me symptomatically from having a child, so I'm painfully aware of how physical it is. But then through my journey and my process, I also learned how emotional it is. How it kind of digs its roots into you, grabs hold of you, and takes control of that emotional aspect of yourself. And so when I learned this in my emotional healing workshop, like I said, it just was like my brain exploded because it was just like a light bulb went on, right? It's not that I needed what I learned to validate what I know, what I experienced, what I went through in my struggle, but that, like I said, it turned a light bulb on inside me to reinforce my knowledge of using self-love as the ultimate healer to reinforce what I was telling myself, what I was learning over time, and what I now know. And what I now know is infertility sucks. The disease sucks. The ramifications of it suck, but I don't. And there are all these things and all these methods that my husband and I went through to try and heal it, and it wasn't working. And so the physical aspect of me was being torn apart, and the emotional aspect of me was being torn apart. And the only way I have effectively found to come to a place of acceptance and growth is with self-love. And so using love when you're struggling and you're in something as devastating and as life-altering as infertility is hard. It's hard and it is bittersweet. And it is those things because you've created a loving space in your heart for a family. And it is those things because that place includes ideas of you being pregnant, you seeing yourself pregnant, you feeling what it feels like to be pregnant, you choosing baby names, you taking future family photos. It's hard, and you created this space with love. And so my mindset, after going through this healing process, my own healing process, including this growth behavior, was that it made sense, right? It made sense that emotionally and physically you feel torn apart. And because you created this space for love in your heart, and because this disease exists in your body, you now feel empty. Because you created this space for that family, that life, and you're feeling like there's nothing you can do to fill it up. But what I've learned in using love and using growth behaviors to heal and self-love to heal is that you cannot fill a hurt wound with more hurt and expect it to heal. It just doesn't work. It truly doesn't. And so what I recommend and what I have found, and the reason why I created Infertility Sucks, You Don't, and the reason why I am so emphatic and determined to give this disease a voice and to give the person in the struggle a voice, is because once you take the love you've stored for the life you expected, that family you expected, the struggle that you're going through that is eluding you because of infertility, and you fill that wound with love of compassion for yourself, love of sympathy for yourself in your journey, and love of healing for yourself, you are far greater, far more equipped, far stronger, and far more resolute in your thinking and in your path to getting to a place of understanding that this disease is what sucks and you don't. So hopefully you found this helpful, and understanding and having some light shed on it, because it was a huge light bulb for me to understand that yes, there are two types of wounds. They're emotional and they're physical. And this one is a fucking doozy because it's both. And you can't fill it with more hurt. You can't fill it with more resentment. The only thing that you can fill it and heal it with is love. So have some love for yourself. Thank you guys for signing on. Throw me some hearts below and some comments below if you like this video, and jump inside the private group Infertility Sucks, You Don't, to continue this conversation, because we're talking about it all day long, every day, and we're encouraging each other to continue to move on and forward, and owning that you can still have a perfectly wonderful life, whatever that path is for you, but you need to fill it with love in order to be able to heal and to move forward in whatever direction that is. Otherwise, my heart is already with you. I fucking love you guys. I really seriously do. Shout out to all my Infertility Sucks, You Don't people. I love you guys. Have a fantastic week. Be good to yourself. Peace. Bye.